Today we're tackling hidden clutter, and it doesn't get much more hidden than this. We are under the basement stairs today, and we're also tackling this shelving unit that is in the deepest, darkest corner of our basement. Let's go. So John already knows that there are a few things from the shelving unit that can definitely go. What are they, John?
Boxes of things that are working and not going to be returned. Probably a couple monitors can go, because why?
Okay, so let's take the boxes to recycling. Okay, so John has recycled already a couple of boxes, which is great. Now he thinks there might be some monitors that can go.
Oh, that box too.
Oh. So you have that monitor. Is that staying or going?
It can go.
And is this monitor staying or going?
That stays.
Okay. Okay, so we dealt with...
Stand stays too.
And the stand stays. Okay, that's fine. Is that an empty box to go? King of empty boxes.
A sonic cleaner.
A sonic cleaner. Is that a keep or a go?
That is a keep.
Okay. I can put it on the shelf for you if you want. I'll put it on the shelf for you. Funny story about this printer. We just got back from dropping off some e-waste. I didn't know this printer was in the corner back there. John apparently did know. On the way home, we were trying to decide who might actually need this printer, and we both agreed on a certain neighbor. So I messaged her and I asked her if she wanted the printer, because I'm very careful about not just dropping off clutter at someone's door. And she said she did want the printer, and actually John had offered it to her a few months ago, and she had said yes at that time. I said, I'm sorry, John must have forgotten about that. And she said, yeah, but I knew you'd ask again within a few months, so here we are. We recycled a bunch of empty boxes. John decided to declutter a number of monitors, so that'll save him a lot of space in his back shelving area. And we have a few items that actually don't belong back there that are kids and kitchen items that we need to sort through. But basically, our strategy now is that we've gone through the recycling and garbage type stuff. We went through some big items. Now what we're going to do for our decluttering strategy is to go bin by bin. And this helps John because he has to make fewer decisions all at once. It's less overwhelming, less anxiety inducing, and we can just tackle a little bit at a time, take a break if needed. So, bin by bin. Let's go.
Networking.
Okay, you pass me the cords that you're keeping and I'll put them in the right bins.
These are part of my collection of keyboards. So, 2 keyboards. Want to make this the keyboard box, we can.
Okay, so just look through this, make sure that those supplies are for vacuums we still own.
I'll put the things that we don't need in there.
don't know. Okay, so this is vacuum supplies we need.
Yeah.
This is going. This box is going. What's in this little one?
Can all go. That can go in that bag.
Okay, if that's going, put it that way.
That's our
This is our
photo
printer.
thing these days.
Okay, photo printer stays. Worth its weight in gold. I wanted to talk about this because maybe it's something you're experiencing as well. But while decluttering in the back dark corner of our basement, I found cookie cutters. The reason these were there is because I couldn't fit them in my kitchen. Now that I have ruthlessly decluttered my kitchen, I definitely have a spot that I could keep these upstairs. But this just goes to show you how inefficient your life can be when you don't have space to put things away. So I am totally guilty of hiding excess kitchen items everywhere else in the house but the kitchen. This is also a great reminder to start your decluttering in some of the high impact areas as long as it's not sentimental. So clothing and kitchen are two high impact areas you can declutter that will have a ripple effect on the rest of your home. So because I've already decluttered in the kitchen, I know I can fit these upstairs again. If I hadn't already done that, if I'd started in the basement or started in the attic or started in one of those really busy places, I would have nowhere to put this. So start your decluttering in all the areas that you live regularly and wait to do the other areas like basement closets, things like that until further along in your journey. We're going to pause sorting for a minute so I can start putting some things away. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a huge pile of things that need to go away, and that'll be just as overwhelming as a pile of items to sort. So this is the Dana K. White method of putting items away as you go, if you can. And that's what we're going to do. Mouse pad, HDMI switcher. These things I know where they go. This is for my light, so I'm going to put that in my white cabinet. This is a cord organizer, and this goes with John's cords in the back. This mouse pad belongs with my daughter's items. We sorted quite a bit of this yesterday, so I'm just going to be organizing it and putting it away on his shelf. This is a little project bin of items he wants to keep. There's not much in there, but because they're kind of bulky, it's hard to contain them. I'm going to try and see if I can find a better solution than this, because I feel like some of these items could get damaged. I discovered while we've been working back here that John needed another category of cords, extension cords. These are something that we are constantly looking for and reaching for, so it makes sense to have these in a proper bin with a label with the rest of his cords. So I've already wrapped all of these cords. Lid on. And I'm going to quickly make a label. Luckily, I already had the right size and style of bin in my garage, so I didn't have to go buy more. But when you're organizing your items, be careful not to create storage clutter for yourself, which means you've gone out and bought a million different types of bins and baskets and everything else without realizing what you actually need. This fits perfectly here with his other cord bins. Easy to find. We're back in John's 3D print studio today. We're going to be tackling the mess we left on the floor and the work table here, and then we're actually probably done back here, so that'll be awesome. Okay, so first things first, I just want to get the stuff off the ground. I think some of this might be garbage, I'm not sure. And then once we have the stuff off the ground, we can do this stuff, and you can let me know if any of the stuff on the shelving unit needs to be rearranged for you. Now that you've cleared off so much here, especially the big bulky monitors, there's more space here. So if you want to move some of your boxes of little things off the workspace, they'll fit there. If you want to keep them here, to keep them available, that's up to you. I don't know how you use these items, but I was just thinking it might be better for you if this was a little more cleared out than what it currently is. Okay, so John's tired. We're going to take a break because never force your spouse to declutter when they're not feeling almost 100%. Okay. We left earlier because John was kind of tired out from the attempts to declutter and clean down here. We went upstairs, watched a bit of YouTube actually, and then we went and got food together. Our kids are currently with my sister having a movie date, so we have time to ourselves to tackle this. And now John is fed, he's rested, and he's more willing to get back into the work at hand here. Right, John? Okay, here we go. You don't have to. You have lots of space on the shelving, so you don't have to move it up if you don't want to. Maybe that would, because right now you have Workspace, so I don't know if you want to.
Enough workspace for that.
Okay, well if you want your printers side by side, that's up to you.
And you've got this for storage.
You like this setup better than having it down below?
because it's too dark down there. I can't see.
Okay, well that works. Well, we don't actually even really need that section right yet, but you might decide to move things around or have like your ongoing longer projects down there maybe. Are we okay to let this one go?
Probably.
Because that USB bin is full. Okay. Okay, one more cord out. I think this looks really good. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Are you happy? Mm-hmm. I think like in the 10 minutes on the ground and the 10 minutes or whatever up here, you made a big difference.
Yeah.
So, John, looking over here now.
No, I'm not doing that now.
No, we're all done here.
Oh, yeah.
Are you happy with how this is looking right now? Or maybe do you want to come back and reorganize it a bit later some other time? I feel like at least now you can see everything.
Better than it was.
Yeah.
Everything's not all piled on top of each other.
Yeah.
My projects are sorted into the proper bins.
Yes. So I think we did as much as we can with this for right now.
Can I be done now? Night night.
John has left the building. As you can see, there are still quite a few things here because John is a project person, so he needs supplies of all kinds. This is one of his ongoing projects. He has some other project items in here. We've always had a label of bits and bobs for John, so we've kept that. He has some screws down here. I think this is a huge improvement for him because he can actually see everything. And that's the main thing. He knows exactly what he has now and where it is. So it doesn't have to look pretty, but it does need to be functional. Now turning away from John's shelving unit is the basement stairs. A number of things to go through, but it's not jam-packed, so that's nice. I can't say the clutter gets more hidden than this, under the dark basement stairs. This has looked much worse in the past. Mostly a number of kids' items here, but we'll sort through those tomorrow and see what we can part with. I will have to get my kids in on that. And with kids, you need to make sure the mood is right. So early morning after breakfast is usually a good time for them. So fingers crossed, we'll try sorting through this tomorrow. And then the basement's almost done. We're back for more hidden clutter decluttering. We've already done the shelving unit in the very far corner. It is the deepest, darkest corner of our basement. And we also did my husband's work area here for his 3D printing studio. So I would call this shelving unit zone 1, and then we did zone 2 here. And now we're going underneath the basement stairs as our zone 3. I don't even know exactly what's under there, but let's check it out. By the way, my husband let me know that having tidied up his workbench area here has inspired him to get back into 3D printing more regularly. So you can see behind me, he has one of his machines going. He is working on some planters for a friend of ours. And that's the whole reason I wanted to clear this area for him, take it another level of decluttering than what he had done on his own, because I knew that clean surfaces and clean areas help create that opportunity for creativity. Okay, let's see what's under the stairs. It took about 10 minutes to pull everything out. As I suspected, kind of a mix of items. We have some, I'm a Girl Guide and Scout leader, so we have some camping supplies under there, which maybe could be in a better home. A cot and a bunch of toys my kids are kind of on the cusp of outgrowing, but they aren't quite sure yet. So I'm gonna go through a lot of this with the kids later. For now, I am gonna get the vacuum and just do a quick vacuum under the stairs. You won't see that because I can barely get under there, let alone camera and lights, but I'll be vacuuming. Okay, here we go. Fun fact, every room in our home has sort of changed identities a lot over the years. For example, under the basement stairs, you would think just storage in there. Yes, early on we had things like Christmas decor in there. It was really non-functional, all the bins just kind of crammed under there. And then for a time my kids had a fort/hideout in there. This was like 2020 and a few years into that period. And so it's all carpeted under there, which my cat loves, but it's a pain for me because to get in there and vacuum is a bit of a strain. Now, my kids have aged out of that type of play, and they are also physically a little big to be getting in under there. So now it's gone back to a little bit of storage/overflow/maybe items. But anyway, for now I vacuumed under there. There are a few things that I know we're definitely keeping, like the cot, and that's actually a good spot to keep it just because of the awkward size of it and to keep it out of the elements in the garage and things like that. So some things I can put back right away. It's a pretty small and cramped space, but the kids used to have a little kitchen right there, and then they had this carpeted area to safely play in this under the basement stairs area, and they really liked it when they were little. They've aged out of it now, but it was a good time. I vacuumed under the stairs. There are quite a number of things I need the kids' input on, but there are some things like this cot that I don't need anyone's input on. I know John wants to keep that, so I'm going to put it under the stairs. This is what I did while you were away. I brought out all the stuff from under the basement stairs, and I put your cot back under the stairs because I figure that's the best place for it. And now I have to go through this stuff with the kids. I left you a path so you can still get to your 3D printing. This is my daughter's doll bin. Originally, she said she wanted to keep all of her doll category, and I let that go for a few days, and then she decided to actually go through this bin and check for anything that can go. So that's what she did. And now she actually found quite a number of things that she's letting go of. She's letting go of this full basket of items and this doll clothing closet. So this is a great declutter for her. I wanted to bring you in closer because not only did she look through everything in this doll bin and declutter what she didn't want, she also categorized and labeled her accessories. So we have the Dino Dig, Space Adventure, hair accessories, socks. This was all courtesy of a label maker that Janine, our friend Janine, gave her, and she loves her label maker. This is a girl after my own heart. So I think this is super cute. So this bin is good to go back into storage. She knows exactly what she has. She knows where it is, and she will take it out when we have young friends come over or cousins to play with these items. These are the kids' dress-up clothes. We go through this bin pretty often, so I know it's decluttered. I'm just going to quickly go through and make sure it's kind of tidied up and organized. These sleeping bags actually belong somewhere else, so I'm going to take them away. And these are some favorite books that I have chosen to keep, and I'm not going to apologize for wanting to keep some books. This little bin of books are books that I personally want to keep. I have fond memories of reading these to my kids, and I want to have them around to read to other kids that come by for visits and things. And so this for me is a personal keep. For the train set, we have downsized our train set from one of the big bins to this smaller one. My son did enjoy playing with trains, and he doesn't want to let go of his train set yet. So he was willing to downsize to a smaller number of tracks and pieces, but he isn't ready to let go of his train set completely yet. So we're putting that back under the stairs as well. We did end up returning some items to this storage area under the basement stairs, but we've been very careful about what we're keeping. It's things the kids definitely want, and it's some of our bulkier items. And the great thing about going through this process and getting a little bit more organized down here is that I can move. I know what's down here, and the items are all lined up in a way that it's easy to see exactly where everything is, and it's easy to grab the items. There's still a pathway here. So this is going to work, I think, very well for us, and I'm really happy with this. Let me know in the comments what's underneath your basement stairs. That's a wrap on our hidden clutter video. If you enjoyed this video in the after as much as I did, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, be sure to let me know in the comments what you're decluttering today.